Anthony Hartwig here with you. We have another volleyball season preview, Coach's Corner. We're going up to Ashtabula County and Edgewood. Kyra Vencill comes with us for the head coach of the Edgewood volleyball team. Coach, thanks so much for coming on and talking about your program.
Thank you so much for having us.
So before we talk about this year, all the exciting things that we're going to have, let's kind of recap last year for the people that haven't really been keeping up. You know, they're trying to get back into volleyball mode. Talk about last year and some of the lessons that you think returning players can take from last year's experience.
Well, obviously last year was a big year for Edgewood. So, we finally went to districts, one district. It was the first time in 30 years of the school, one district. So that was a big goal for us. It was a great accomplishment for the team. I think we finished 19-6 overall last year. So it was a very good year. They went 10-0 in the conference. The kids won the CVC. They played hard all year. Obviously, we come against a wall, which is Marlington, in the regional semifinal. And hopefully we can do that again. But, coming up to Marlington, the only thing I would say is, I wish that we would have played a little bit tougher. I wish we would have played a little bit more aggressively during that game. But it was a hard way to end the season. But they're a good team, and they come with a long history of great volleyball within their school. So overall, I hope the girls, come back and they're as eager and, want to set the same type of goals. Certainly not focusing on each game to game, but come back and hopefully go and represent again and hopefully get back to districts and maybe even get back districts. We have a lot of returning players, so I'm looking forward to this year. And right now we're all healthy, so I couldn't ask for anything more at the moment.
So much momentum going into this season with the success that you guys had last year. You've had the summer to work. You've seen your players for quite a bit. How hungry do you think this team is to, like you said, take the next step and go even further this year?
I think these girls are extremely hungry. The nice thing is we have two seniors specifically that played a lot of floor time. That's Lucy Palillo and Addie Lamson. Both of them are extremely leading in the gym, working really hard, trying to get the girls and embracing, the younger girls that we have. We're going to have younger setters coming in. We lost, big setter Gianna Ionetta last year. She was a big part of our program. So we're working on the setting aspect at the moment. But the way that they're coming in the gym, right now we're deep. So we've got girls fighting for positions. We had a lot of openings because we graduated 6 seniors, 4 of which started for me. So we have some openings on the floor. So we've got girls right now that are playing scrappy. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's quite the challenge because I've got 4 deep in each position, fighting for spots. And it's nice to have. It's nice to have the numbers. It's nice to see girls hungry coming in. They knew what we accomplished last year. And they're proving it, and they're coming in here and they want that spot. And the girls that, we've had in previous years that, we're hoping to get in there, we've got some freshmen that are showing up. So as a coach, they're putting pressure on me.
It's a good problem to have, Coach. I
Is.
think a lot of coaches would love to have that problem. When you talk about your schedule, obviously CVC returning champions, you went 10-0 in your conference last year, as you said. What do you expect out of the conference this year, and what are some things that you think Edgewood can do as a returning champion?
Well, we just had summer league, so we all got to kind of see each other and play each other recently. We had 2 summer leagues out of Jefferson. We had 2 summer league nights out at Geneva. So we got to see some of our area teams. And obviously, that it's a gamble. When you come into rivalry games or in-county games, you can't look past anybody. It doesn't matter what they have returning or not returning. When you have a crowd as it is and everybody's local, emotions play high in those games. So these girls need to concentrate on game to game. But in the end, it could be either way. I mean, Jefferson has a lot of returning players. Lakeside has returning players. Conneaut's got returning players. Everybody's got returning players. Jefferson's always going to be a big one for us. Geneva's going to be a big one for us. Geneva's got quite a few returning players also. And, when we played them, they were scrappy. So Jefferson included. Jefferson's going to be solid defensively. So it could be a toss-up. It's not going to be an easy season for anybody. We can't take anybody lightly, that's for sure.
When you talk about going outside of the conference and in those games that are really just meant to test your mettle and get you ready for tournament time, who are some teams that you're really excited about being able to play this year outside of the CVC?
Well, Chardon's always a big one for us. We did suffer a loss with them. We played them well in the beginning. We kind of started falling apart there. We did play them early in the season. We're going to have them early in our season this year. So we have Chardon again this year. So I'm looking forward to that. We have Lakeview new on our season schedule. So I'm really looking forward to that. She does a great job down there year to year. It doesn't matter what she has returning. She's just a good coach and she's solid all the way around. And she does a good job with those girls. So we have Lakeview on September 15th. So we'll be playing in their house. So I'm excited about that. We have a big tournament this year, which is new for us. It's going to be at Berkshire. We have quite a few schools that are going to be there. One of them is like Garrettsville, Garfield. We've got Villa Angela, St. Joe's, Lutheran West, and obviously Berkshire. Conneaut's there too. I'm sure we won't see them during that tournament, but we have, and obviously the in-season rival games that we've got with Jefferson and Geneva. So those are all big games for us.
When you're looking at getting ready for tournament time and testing yourselves, I mean, how much do you think you're going to be able to see a bunch of different styles of volleyball to get you ready for anything that you would see in tournament time?
Well, I think when it comes to tournament time, at the end of the day, it's going to be the mental. I think that we prepared well in the gym, trying to get these girls ready, knowing that, they were going to come at us big offensively. So we had to concentrate both on running a faster offense as well as keeping our defense solid. But the mental aspect of the game is where we struggled last year, and we've got to keep our head focused on game to game, ball to ball, point to point, and not look past each point. Each point matters, and we've got to play that point. We've got to play that point out, and we've got to only concentrate on that point. And if we could do that and keep it small minded, I think we would be better when we get to those points. We played really well in districts. The girls came in; they were hungry. I think they knew. That we were facing a 30-year deficit at the school, and they really wanted that number up there, and they wanted to win that match. And we came in focused point to point, and that's what we need to do. We need to take care of the ball and play aggressively, in the moment, and not lose focus. And sometimes I think that that's what happened with us. Is when we faced Marlington, they came at us. They're aggressive servers. We struggled a little bit in serve receive, and then we just kind of lost our way and stopped focusing. And trying to win back and, get ourselves back in that game. So mentally, we've got to really focus. And those are some of the things we've talked about in the summer and we're focusing on now is taking care of us as individual players and working on being better just individually, not just skill-wise. We've got to focus on ourselves mentally.
You got a couple of weeks of practice before the season starts. What are some goals that you have in the scrimmages and the couple of weeks of practice before game one starts? What are some things that you want to see checked and done?
One of the things me personally, is I want to serve receive well. It was something we kind of focused on last year, and it's something we need to do this year. I want to be a little bit more aggressive on the serving line as well. So we're moving the ball around a little bit more where we didn't do that this early in the season last year. So taking care of the ball defensively. I think offensively we're going to be, we've got some powerhouses. We've got girls that can put the ball down. But defensively, we need to be solid. We need to make sure that we've got younger setters coming in, that we're giving them an opportunity to get that ball up for us so we can run our offense. So last year we focused a little bit more on quicker offense. This year I want to focus a little bit more on just keeping that ball in play and, being scrappy. I want the girls to be on the floor if they have to. And, even if it's a shanked ball, I'd rather have 3 girls chasing after that ball. So we're really focusing on our defense at the moment. So hopefully we'll see better numbers there.
What are some of your favorite serve receive drills to get them in locked in for serve receive?
Well, we do a lot of crisscross serve receive, so that's a little bit more individual versus team. We like to do a little bit of chaos after that, so the girls have to kind of scramble all over the floor, and balls are coming at them in different areas. So we're trying to keep them on their toes so that they're not always expecting, that ball coming right to them. A little bit more communication, but more just hitting the floor if necessary. Picking up their teammates when they need to if somebody makes a mistake, and showing that, even though the ball is shanked all the way in the back of the court, they can still get that ball, 2 or 3 of them, as a matter of fact. So we're really focusing on hitting the floor and just being scrappy and keeping that ball up and in play.
Coach, we'd be remiss if we didn't also give you the chance to talk about your coaching staff and the people that you have working with you to build this program. We like to do this every year. We talk to coaches, talk about your staff and the people that you have working with you to make this program what it is.
I have returning Stephanie Marcy. She's going to be my JV coach. Last year, she was my freshman coach. So, longtime friend of mine. She's played volleyball. She's compassionate. She probably has the biggest heart of anybody I've ever met. So we have her returning, and I'm happy to have her back on staff. We lost Riley to George. She moved away from the area, so she was kind of a loss for us. She did a really good job. I'm close to their family, and just appreciate everything that she contributed. So this year we had McKenna Vencill step from the junior high. Big surprise there, another Vencill. McKenna Vencill is going to be our freshman coach incoming. So obviously she comes, she's a former player, comes with a lot of experience herself. She's helping on the defensive end, being our former libero, one of our best liberos that came through our program. So we're happy to have her. We have new staff at the junior high. So we have Kylie Wiley. She's going to be our 8th grade coach. And then here's a surprise for you. We got McKenna Rhodes. She suffered an injury, so she's going to be our 7th grade coach. So McKenna is returning, our senior from last year. She's going to take on our 7th grade group.
Vencills keep coming. The Vencills keep coming. There are 3 things for sure in Edgewood: death, taxes, and someone named Vencill is going to be a coach at somewhere. So, Coach, we love talking to you. You know we do. We want to thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, and we can't wait for this season covering you all year. And we hope to see you again real soon.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for everything you guys do for the kids and for our programs. We appreciate you very much.